Hey everybody, D Shadar here, and this is part two of the various isms that exist within paganism. Now, the first one I'm going to go over is hard polytheism. And I actually, as a quick aside, I actually found some more information when I was doing research for something separate for my own personal writing, basically just talking about, hey, what I believe, what I don't believe for my personal, my religious journal. And then I happened upon this list and I was like, oh, well, I can make this for part two of my video. And so I recorded it down and now I'm making the video. So, back. The first ism within part two of the different isms within paganism is hard polytheism. Now, hard polytheism asserts that you have all these different gods, goddesses, spirits, all that good stuff, but they're all independent upon themselves. They're all individuals. They don't share any type of they're not like traced back to a single divine form. They're all just them. They're a single cog within the wheel. They could or could not work together, but the main thing for hard polytheism is that they're individuals. Now, soft polytheism, which is what I believe, is that you do have these different cogs within like the great system of the divine, but they're all facets. They're all expressions of divinity. So you have all of divinity, and you have the different faces like Lord, Father, Elder, Maiden, Mother, Crone, the God and the Goddess, and the great spirits, that kind of thing. I do see them as manifestations of deity, the great nameless, formless force, energy that is part of everything in the universe, all of creation, all that we see and don't see. That's what soft polytheism is. You have all of the divine, but it has its different expressions. It may go by different names, have different attitudes, different ways of worshiping, but they all go to the one supreme force. Okay. Next, you have monalatrism or monalatry, and that's the existence of many gods, but only a single god is focused upon. So then, that let's say you have, your polytheistic faith, but you have it, but you only focus on one god. That's it. It's not like monotheism where you think no other gods exist except this god I'm focusing on, and it's not like it's not as if you're saying all exist, none exists except mine, and you're not saying, oh, I believe in all these different gods within my faith and outside my faith. You're just saying within my faith, I have many different gods, but I focus only on one, and that's it. Okay. Next, you have dystheism, and that the gods aren't all loving and caring, and they're a mix of good and bad. So this theism basically asserts that they are like humans in many ways, and that they're not totally good, they're not totally bad. It depends on the situation, what's going on, that kind of thing. So it's not like I'm all good and perfect and loving and caring, and it's not as if I'm all evil, fuck you, I want to, mess up your life and all that you are. It's just a mix of good and bad. Okay, next you have eutheism, which is funny because it sounds like euthanasia. That is the belief that God is loving and incapable of evil. So, if you look at many of the Judeo Christian faiths, such as Christianity specifically, they believe that God is just good. There is no good or bad, it's just good. It's not a mix, it's perfect, perfectly loving, perfectly caring. And of course, the opposite of that eutheism is misotheism, which is the belief that God is totally evil. Now, you can say God, gods, goddess, goddesses, doesn't matter, but basically, whatever divine form there is, it's either totally good or totally bad, or it could be a mix. And then you have cathenotheism, which is the belief in many gods, but only one is worshipped at a time. Now, if you look at it, cathenotheism and monalatry. Monalatry just says that, yes, there are all these different gods, but I'm only focusing on one, and that's it. Cathenotheism says that their belief in many gods, but only one is worshipped at a time. So it's in succession. First, you have this supreme god, and then you move on within a certain period of time or certain events, and then now you have another one. You focus on another one. It's done in turn. It's not just focusing on one, but you focus on one at a time. So that's how it works. And this was actually quite a short video. But here's the thing: can pagans believe in all of these things? Hard, soft polytheism, monolatry, distheism, eutheism, misotheism, cathenotheism, as well as the ones that I covered before: monotheism, polytheism, all the different isms. Can pagans believe in it? And I would say yes, because if you think about the way paganism is, it's about free thought, free speech. You're able to believe what you want to believe, depending on what tradition you follow, whether it be Wicca or Druidism or something else. It depends on what your faith is, what your faith group is, or if you're just going out on your own and you're trying to discover what you want to believe in without being part of any faith group. It's just you are you. Then you can, of course, take all of these, any of these, not all of them necessarily, because if you have something like soft and hard polytheism, they're at odds. So you can't really believe that they're together, but then they're separate. No, you could have if you want to, I guess, but it wouldn't make much sense. So, yes, you can have any of these if you want to. It's not limited to the traditional belief of what faith is. You can basically mix and match it how you want to, because if you think about how religion works like this. As far from my perspective, my opinion is that religion works like this. You have all of deity. Doesn't matter if you call it God, goddess, great spirits, or what have you. You have all of deity. Now, deity can be anything in the universe, because in my belief is panentheistic. It's the belief that, which I covered in part one of the video, that says that God is the universe, deity is part of the universe, but it's also greater than the universe. So if deity can be anything and everything, then yes, it can be any of these things. You can divide it, you can subtract it, you can do all that. But when it comes to religion, you take a certain section of what deity can be and what deity is, you separate it from the rest, you call it your own, you make that belief, depending on what your cultural background is and your personal beliefs are, you would just separate that. You would slap a name on it, make various traditions, belief, ways of doing things, rules, regulations, laws, how to convert, if you convert, what it takes to convert, all that. And then you slap a name on it and say, bam, this is faith A. Someone else would come, the vastness of deity. They would take a section that fits in with their cultural and personal beliefs, take that out, make it independent, separate it from the rest of what all deity is, slap a name on it, and bam, that's faith B. Now, that's not indicative of every faith that exists, but in large part, especially if they're monotheists. I mean, I believe that the God that I pray to, the deity that I pray to, the gods I pray to, is the same thing from Christianity, Islam, Catholics, Zoroastrians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, Shinto. It doesn't matter what it is, because I believe deity in its purest, most primal form is everything. Because how can you have a god or a deity or the divinity, if it's not part of everything? For me and my personal beliefs, and that could change depending on who you are. Me, this is what I believe. You looking at the video, you may believe something different, which is fine. But I'm just letting you know that for me, that's how religion works. And if you were making your own spiritual practice and you wanted to mix and match it up a little bit, it's good to watch this video and the previous one, as well as doing your own research, of course, to verify which of these deisms fit with you. For me, I'm panentheistic, and I'm also soft polytheistic. So that fits with me. I'm polytheist, soft polytheist, panentheistic, and to be honest, when it comes to this list and the one previous, when it comes to like the cathenotheism, misotheism, eutheism, distheism, or monolatry, which one do I believe, to get even more specific on the nature of deity? Whether is basically what I'm asking is deity good or bad? The issue of good or bad, it depends on your perspective in large part. Some people ask, well, is deity is all good, because then you have the duotheism of God and the devil, and Satan, whatever. And there are other parts, other theisms that have it even more separated, so it's more complicated. It's more of a plurality. But what do I personally think is deity, good or bad? I really don't think it's right as of right now. I don't really think that deity is necessarily good or bad because it's not black or white. It's shades of gray. Because what might be good for you might not be good for me, or what might be good for one country, one set of people, one culture, one religion may not be good to another one because of the activities of one affect others, affects everyone around that culture, that belief, that religion, what have you. So for some it may be good, for some it may be bad, but it's not necessarily saying like punishment, like, oh, you did bad, so therefore I shall smite thee kind of thing. No. I think it's deity is irrespective of good or evil. It just is. It's the universe will do what it's supposed to do. If it's like action and reaction, the way that the universe is, the way that deity has made the universe, things happen that I could interpret as good, and things happen that I could interpret as bad. What might be good for me might be bad for someone else. What is bad for me might be good to someone else. It's all a matter of perspective when it comes to things like that. So that's really where I stand. It's not black or white. It's shades of gray for me. But what do you think? What is your belief? Are you hard, soft, polytheistic? Look at the other video that has all the other isms within the video. So, what do you think about it? What is your belief on the matter? Do you think deity is all good, all bad, a mix in between, hard, soft, polytheist? I'd like to get your opinion. So, this is D Star here. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please like, please subscribe, please share my videos with your friends or link to my channel or anything because I would love to get the input from many different pagans, whether they're Wiccan, non-Wiccan, or whatever they decide to call themselves. It doesn't matter. I'd like to get the different perspectives and beliefs of other people because all it does is just enrich ourselves, enriches the community because all these different opinions and thought processes comes out, and that just helps everybody, whether it's good or bad. So thanks for watching my video. I hope you guys have a very, very good day, and thanks for watching. Bye.